Hey guys, what's up? It's Kenzie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a mini tutorial. We are going to be using the Jeffree X Shane Conspiracy palette. I've had this palette for quite some time now and I've played with it a couple times. I really love the colors in this and I think that it can create so many crazy, colorful, wild, and even neutral looks. So today I'm going to show you two different looks. I'm going to show you a more neutral, like everyday kind of wear, and then another look where you can just have fun with. If you're interested in the looks I'm going to create with this palette, then just keep on watching. I already have my eyebrows on. I'm not going to do my face until later in the video. I'm going to just start off with the eyes since we are doing two looks today. I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade Fair. I bought this last winter and honestly, I really didn't understand the hype because I just didn't think it was all that great, but it is a great eyelid primer for shadows to just pop. And this is honestly like the complete wrong shade for me. I'm just gonna take that on my eyelids like that and blend it out with my beauty sponge. But yeah, I really didn't understand the hype of this. I just didn't think that it was all that great. But I found that it works pretty great for eye looks, like using it as an eye primer. So the eyes are all prime, and today we are going to start off with the shade My Pill. This is a nice neutral pink tone that I'm going to use this as like a transition shade. I'm going to use this on my Wet n Wild blending brush. It's a really big, like, fluffy brush. I also love that there's a mirror in here. The packaging of this is literally everything. I love it so much. I love how big and heavy and bulky it is. I think this palette is just so awesome. So I'm gonna start off with just applying this, like, basically all over the lid, kind of in a windshield wiper motion. Just going to lay this down really nice and even. Okay, so that color is all laid down, and next I'm going to go into the shade Tanacon, and this is like a nice neutral brown color. I really like this shade a lot. I think it's so funny, the names of these shades in this palette. Did you guys watch the series? I did. I watched all of it. The whole series was so interesting to see behind the scenes of everything. I'm gonna take this and place this in the crease and blend it together with the transition shade. The series was so insane. I can't believe that it took like an entire year to make. I love that they showed like all of the behind the scenes of the makeup world. Well, like at least of Jeffree stars. I love that they showed, you know, how things work and the different, like, the process that goes through with the creation of a makeup product, like, you know, choosing the packaging and the different prototypes and how all of that kind of stuff works. So I'm taking this and I'm blending it like up towards my eyebrow. I really love this palette. All of the shades literally just blend so well and so seamlessly. It's kind of like foolproof. Does anybody else have like a spot on their eyelid that pigment or any kind of shadow just won't stick to? I have like this spot right here on this eye, and like I don't know what it is, but like pigment and eyeshadows just don't seem to like stay there. Like I'll try to like add a little bit more color there and it just fades away so easily, and I just don't understand. The next shade I'm going to be taking is Diet Root Beer. I'm just going to take it on the same brush. So I'm just going to dip my brush into the shade Diet Root Beer, get a little bit on the brush, and then I'm going to like pat this right on the outer V and like blend it together with Tanacon. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this series. Did you even watch it? Did you watch the whole thing? Did you just watch like one or two of them? Honestly, they were so long. They were literally like legit movies. I really love how Shane and Andrew edit their videos. I think that they put so much work and so much effort into them that it just makes the series, and well, like every series that they do, so enjoyable and so like easy to follow. So I'm just blending this upwards into Tanacon. Are you guys excited for what Shane's gonna bring out next? Because I really am. Did you guys see that he made like a second channel just to post like random stuff and like random videos? He said on his story the other day that he's going to be posting like deleted scenes from the series. And I don't know about you guys, but I love watching stuff like that. Honestly, I watch so much different kind of stuff on YouTube, it's not even funny. Like, I literally don't even watch, like, I don't even have cable. Like, I don't have, like, you know, your regular channels on your TV. Because I just don't watch TV. Well, like, I watch TV, but, like, I don't watch, like, cable. I watch YouTube and Netflix and Hulu. But, like, mainly YouTube. I get all of, like, I don't know, I guess my relaxation TV time from YouTube and Netflix. I just restarted Grey's Anatomy for the, I want to say 4th or 5th time. I've watched all 15 seasons. Well, technically, I think Netflix only has 14 seasons, maybe 15. So I've watched all of them literally 4 or 5 times, like beginning to end. I honestly, Grey's Anatomy is one of my favorite TV shows. And also Forensic Files. That shit puts me right to bed. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I think it's really interesting, but, like, the narrator's voice just puts me to sleep. What's your guys' favorite thing to watch on either YouTube or Netflix? I heard that a lot of people are really upset that Friends is off of Netflix, but, like, I only watched Friends, like, every once in a while. Unless my friend Kaylee, like, told me to, like, actually watch, like, a specific episode. I've never really watched it, so I guess it doesn't really pertain to me. Like, I'm not really that upset that it's, like, not on Netflix anymore. Next, just to smoke this out a little bit, I'm gonna take Not a Fact on my Morphe M507 brush. Just gonna take the teeniest bit because this shade is really pigmented, and I'm gonna put this closer to the lower lash line and bring it into the outer V and blend it together. This will just give it a little bit of a color to the look and give it a little bit of a smoky look. But also, what else is new on Netflix? Season 6 of Grace and Frankie is on Netflix. I'm also blending it into, like, the crease area. Grace and Frankie is back on Netflix with a new season. Honestly, I highly recommend it. It's so funny. Like, it's about, like, 2 older ladies whose husbands turned gay for each other, and they became, like, best friends, and they just went through so many, like, weird circumstances of their lives. And honestly, if you haven't watched it yet, you definitely should. So I'm gonna go back and take this brush with a little bit of Diet Root Beer and blend these colors together a little bit more. So what do you guys think of Tati's new product, the Blendiful? I think it's super cool and super, like, innovative and new, and I know that there's been, like, makeup puffs that have been made before, but, like, I haven't ever seen anything that's, like, exactly like Tati's product, which is super cool. And honestly, I really want to get my hands on it and try it out because I've watched so many reviews about it so far, and a lot of people are saying that, like, this tool is, like, so amazing and it just does so much. Honestly, my favorite review was by Allie Glynns. I think that's how you say it. I've recently found her YouTube videos, and I love her videos so much. I love all of, like, she posts 3 times a week, and she just has, like, such good content and such good makeup content. And I will link her channel down below if you guys are looking for somebody new to watch on YouTube. I definitely highly suggest that you go and check her out. So next, on the eyes, I'm unsure of which shade I want to use next. This is the shade Just a Theory. And it's, like, a nice, like, kind of a peachy brown shimmer shade. And I really like that. But also, I don't know if I want to brighten it up a little bit or take this shade Spiraling and make it more dark. This is the shade Spiraling. No, I don't think I'm going to use that one. Or I could even just use, honestly, you could use all of the shimmer shades. I could use Trisha, which is this nice pink shade, or Diet Cola. I really like this one. I've used this a couple times. I haven't really touched this one or this one, but I've played with just about every other shade. I haven't touched this one yet on the eyes, so maybe we'll use this. I don't honestly, I never plan out, looks. I just kind of like look at the palette. Whatever I gravitate towards, that's what I use, and I just make a look. I think I'm just gonna go in with the shade Just a Theory, this peachy brown shade, just to keep it more neutral. So honestly, I'm not gonna put any like spray on it or anything. I'm just gonna take this and apply it straight to the lid. Not cutting the crease or anything, keeping this look very, very simple. The pigment in these eyeshadows are so insane. I've honestly never used a palette so pigmented before. Like, all of Jeffree's products that he comes out with literally have the best pigmentation to them. Okay, so then I'm gonna go back with my Morphe brush and dip it back into Not a Fact and just make sure that these two edges are blended together, and then kind of go right over the crease so that it's still defined. Okay, so just to brighten up the inner corner a little bit, I'm going to take the shade Ranch. This is also like a shimmery shade, like a nice little highlight. And I'm going to take this on this Luxie 141 mini round brush and going to pop it right in the inner corner here. But then I'm also going to bring it upwards. This is like the perfect brush for this because it just pops right in there and then it blends it together so nice. Okay, so that is it for the eyeshadow. I don't ever really wear lashes, so I'm not gonna do that or anything crazy like that. I'm gonna clean this up and put mascara on, and I will be right back. Alright, so I finished up the look. I didn't finish like my face. I'm not going to because I'm going to do another eye look after this. So I cleaned it up a little bit and I put on the Essence Curl and Volume Mascara. Honestly, I tried this out in a review like I think it was 2 videos ago maybe, and I didn't necessarily like the way that this applied and the way it was, but I think that because the wand is a little different, kind of like twirls, and it has different kind of bristles, which is very odd, and I think it just took a couple of uses to get like the hang of it, and I really like the way it extends and curls and volumizes my eyelashes. So I'm gonna move in a little bit closer so you guys can see the final look. I really like this. I haven't actually used the shade Not Effect, which was this like burgundy-ish shade before, and I really enjoyed a lot. I like the way that this whole thing turned out, and I'm definitely gonna wear this again. Alright, so moving on to the next look. Okay, so I'm back with just a clean base. I have my eyes already primed, and for the sake of time, I'm only gonna do one eye on camera. We are gonna go for a more colorful look. I'm thinking that I'm gonna use the shade Pigment, What's the Tea, and Food Videos. So I haven't used those shades together yet, so let's hope that it works pretty nice. I'm thinking that I'm gonna use like Pigment on the outer V, and then What's the Tea, and then blend Food Videos in like the inner corner. So to start off, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. eye brush crease. I said eye brush crease. I meant the e.l.f. eye crease brush. That's what I meant to say. So I'm just going to dip into the shade Pigment. I'm going to get a lot on there. I'm going to get the brush really coated. And I'm going to start stamping it into the shape that I want. So I'm going to do more of like a cut crease moment here. So I'm going to start stamping it right about here. And just place it in the shape that I want it to be in. So I'm basically going to follow the natural curve of like my crease here and then bring it up. I'm gonna really press in a lot of pigment here to get like the desired like pigment that I want. Not that it's not pigmented enough already, just to make things easier when we blend them together. This isn't gonna look like the greatest at first, but once it's all finished, it's gonna look really nice. So that's stamped in really quick and easy. I'm next going to take the shade What's the Tea on my Morphe X Jeffree Star JS13. I'm going to, again, get the brush really coated, and then I'm going to start placing that kind of like already on the shade that I already have in the same kind of shape. You don't really have to worry about blending it together just yet. You just want to stamp it into place. Okay, so that turned out pretty nice. Next, I'm going to take my JS12 brush with the shade Food Videos, going to really coat that too, and then place this in the inner corner area Wow, that's a lot of fallout. But basically, same thing, stamping it into place. And then with whatever excess is on the brush, I'm going to slightly blend it upwards into the shade What's the Tea. Not sure really how I feel about this just yet. So going back with the shade What's the Tea, going over it, blending those two colors together, and then blending it together with the shade Pigment. And then same thing with the shade Pigment, going back in, blending the two shades together. You know what? I'm going to take my mini controversy palette. I'm going to dip into the shade Canceled a little bit with the brush I was using the blue shade with and try to see if I can up this blue color just a little bit. Yeah, that's working a lot better. Okay, so I don't necessarily exactly like the way that this is turning out, but I feel like it'll look better once I cut the crease. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a Q-tip and some makeup remover, and I'm going to just dip it in really quick, and I'm going to basically wipe away the excess into the shape of the crease that I want. Yeah, I like that a lot better since I cut the crease. So what I'm actually going to do next is I'm just going to put a shimmer shade all over the crease. So I'm going to take the shade Trisha on my JS10 brush. I'm going to coat the brush and I'm just going to put it on the lid. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this and I'm going to spray a little bit of setting spray onto the shade. And then go ahead and back in on the lid with it. Wow, that looks really crazy. I kind of like it though. Okay, so my camera stopped recording, but all I did was add the wing liner with the shade My Rides here, which is the black shade from the palette, and then I cleaned this up. So now I'm going to go off camera and finish up the other eye, and I will be right back with the finished look. Okay guys, so I'm back and I'm finally finished. I finished the full face and I really like the way that this turned out. I mean, it's not my favorite look that I've ever done, but it's definitely colorful and definitely different. I don't think I've ever done something as similar to this ever, really. But yeah, I really love the Conspiracy palette and I really love the mini palette. I would definitely highly recommend adding these to your collection if that's something you're into, if you're into like these colors or whatnot, or if you just love Shane and Jeffree, because it's a great addition to any makeup collection. I definitely think that it's like a collector's edition and I love collecting makeup. That's it for this video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing me use these palettes for these two different looks. And if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below which one of the two you enjoyed more, whether you like the neutral one or the more colorful one. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and check out a couple of my other videos. I have a bunch of makeup content. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, guys, bye!